Thanks for tuning in to another video. I am Stacy, the creator of Twisted Kinks Crochet. And in today's video, we'll talk about the car accident that happened earlier this week. It was a Monday. It was 4:20. And it was raining here in the city. It had been raining for a few days there. Talk about the status of this granny spike blanket because it is not at all where it needs to be. I thought I would be done with it. And I will show you the next project that's going to be on the table once this blanket is finished. Let's see. Oh, I do have, I could talk a little bit about the next book that I'm reading, which is called Perfect Peace. And it is riveting. Did I say riveting? It is riveting. I don't know why this book has not been turned into a movie yet because I think it's that good. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, let's get started. Monday morning, I'm at work and it had been about 2 hours since I got there. And I hear my coworker saying, "Ooh, what was that? That didn't sound good." Now, I didn't hear anything but a car alarm. So I'm just telling them, y'all, it's just a car alarm. Like, cars are parked all around us. It's just a car alarm. And they're like, "No, I heard a boom. And that didn't sound good." And I'm like, okay, well, it's just a car alarm. So I kept working because I'm at work practicing minding my own business. I allow myself to get pulled into conversations that have nothing to do with me. So I literally have written on my sticky note and put on my desk, "Mind your own business." So, and then my phone rings and another coworker says, "Girl, you need to get outside because this lady is all on top of your car." And it still didn't register to me that it was a car accident. So I go downstairs and sure enough, the lady is on my car. Now, how she explained that it happened, I did not believe in that moment. And I still, to this moment, do not believe that that is what happened. But at the end of the day, that's neither here nor there. We got the police there. She was a little leery about calling the police. She asked us not to call 911. And then let me show you. I'm still working on this granny spike blanket because I was distracted this week. But she asked us not to call the police, not to call 911 because she didn't want to go in the ambulance. And we explained you don't have to go in the ambulance, but we need 911 to get the police here to get a police report. So we did do that. We got the vehicles towed and we got her taken care of. And from what she was explaining to us, she was also experiencing some housing issues. So we, and I have to give credit to my boss who was really instrumental in making sure that she was taken care of in that way. And as of yesterday, which was Friday, accident happened on Monday. Friday, my insurance did notify me that my car will probably be totaled because of the extensive damage. So Monday morning, 4:20, and this happens, and I was just amazed that it happened to me, first of all, and to see something like that up close and personal. It was like, girl, how could this happen? How could this happen? But all's well that ends well. I'll be fine. And I just pray and ask y'all to pray too that the young lady who hit me will also find, the light on the other side of this situation. And that maybe this will be a catalyst that will help her to get her life back on track. And all is well that ends well. I'm still able to sit and crochet and talk to y'all. So let us go ahead and get started with the rest of the video. I usually do my book talk first, but since I'm working on the granny spike, let me show you about how much we've done so far. And it's a pretty wide blanket. And this is the rest of the gray that I have to put on. And this is the rest of the pink. So I'm doing 4 rows of pink, 4 rows of green, and then 2 rows of gray. So in order to make it a little bit longer, and I do have more of the pink, I don't have any more gray around here. So I might have to break down and go to the store and buy another gray in order to make the blanket as long as I want it to be. But it's coming along. I mean, a few more rows and it'll be done. My goal was to have it done by the end of April. I think last week I said I'd have it done by the end of this week, but life gets in the way, or life happens, things happen, and you just got to roll with it. So there's my granny spike, and let me go ahead and put this on. The rotation of the colors, I think it's really cute. It's really nice. So whoever gets this blanket, I hope that they love it as much as I love it right now. So now we'll get to the book talk, which is Perfect Peace. So Perfect Peace by Daniel Black. This book was published, I think, in 2010. So I'm so late to this book, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm reading it now, and there's so much to unpack in this book. So it is about a family, mother, Imogene, father, Gus. They have 6 boys, and Imogene is pregnant again. After her first pregnancy, she just knew she was going to have herself a little girl. And every pregnancy, she was disappointed because they were all boys. She got down to number 7 when she delivered. Midwife said, "You got another little boy, and he is beautiful. He is beautiful." And she was so upset that she kind of didn't even engage. She just, it didn't matter to her. Then she got to thinking, you know what? Sometimes you got to work with what God gives you. And told the midwife, she is beautiful. She says, she is beautiful. My little girl. And the midwife was like, "What is wrong with you? This is a boy." And she said, "No, this is a girl. And that's what you're going to go out there and tell my family. And we're going to keep this between us, because if you don't, I got something on you, and I'll let that be known." So for 8 years, and the 8th birthday is significant because the book starts off with Imogene on her 8th birthday and wanting a birthday party and wanting to celebrate her birthday. Her mother was her mother was abusive and just nasty, mean. So the significance of Perfect is what she named her baby girl, Perfect. Their last name is Peace. So hence the title of the book, Perfect Peace. But she, on Perfect's 8th birthday, a lot of events happen. And so you see there's the significance of his 8th birthday and her 8th birthday, the family trauma that exists. And on his 8th birthday, she just decides that she's going to tell him that he is not a girl, he is a boy. And from that moment on, he has to live his life as a boy. There is so much in this book to unpack. The trauma of the father and his annual cleansing, where he goes down to the local river and just wails and cries and releases all of the emotions that he has pent up throughout the year, because as a man, he's not supposed to cry. There's the trauma of Imogene, who wanted a daughter so bad so that she could prove and show how a daughter is supposed to be treated and prove that she is worthy enough to have a daughter that she could treat better than her mother treated her. There are the stories of all the brothers, the other 6 boys that they had, and each one of their stories he did a good job at making their stories come through as well. It's not just all about Perfect, which I call Perfect Paul, because after his 8th birthday, when they told him that he was a boy, his father renamed him Paul. So I refer to the character as Perfect Paul. But all the brothers have their own stories that you feel and you get involved with as well. The author did a great job with carrying out their stories as well. And then, of course, Perfect Paul's trauma from an 8-year-old little boy, an 8-year-old little girl who now has to be a boy and has to somehow throw away his feminine ways, throw away his love for dresses, pretty things, ribbons, long hair, and all of a sudden be a masculine boy. The trauma that he experienced, not being able to do that fast enough for his brothers and his father, and still wanting to live in this world where he has pretty things, can't play with the girls that he used to play with. They were his best friends. And he gets in trouble for playing with them because you're a boy and boys are not going to play with girls. It's just so much to unpack in this book, but it is written so well. There are so many things so many times where I just wanted to cry, because how can you treat this little kid this way? He didn't do anything. He didn't create this lie. He didn't decide to live this life. His mother did this to him. And now you are forcing him to live a different way and then wanting to beat the crap out of him because he's not doing it fast enough. A couple of lines I wanted to read that that I thought were thought provoking, but also, you just feel these feelings. And the one was, they followed the lie as the truth until the truth of the lie was revealed. Now I had to read that a couple of times over again to kind of visualize what this means. They followed the lie as the truth. So they believed he was a girl until the truth of the lie was revealed. Until they showed that he was a boy. That's a lot. And how many times have we done that in our own lives? Follow the lie as the truth until the truth of the lie was revealed. Like, I'm just going to hold on to this until y'all find out. And then the other one, if I could find it real quick, was so he took refuge in indifference and groomed a dream that would never come true. And again, sometimes in life we do that as well. We build a dream groom a dream that we, in our heart of hearts, know probably will never come true. I mean, ain't no harm in trying, but sometimes in our heart of heart, when we know something is not going to pan out, we need to learn to let it go instead of living in the indifference. So anyway, Perfect Peace, Daniel Black, love, love, love. I am not done. I think I have probably 50 pages to go, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't care what happens at the end of this book. This is a definite must read, in my opinion. Okay? That is my book talk. Go get it. Go get it. Now, let's move all this stuff off the table and get to this last part. Get to this project, which is on the table, which is something that another project bag that has been sitting for a number of years. Now, that's just the truth. Don't judge me. So this is going to be a ripple, a granny ripple. So I started, and this bag holds how many? It holds 4. So you can see the 3, and then I have another skein here. This is crazy. I even got my hook in here and everything that I was using. At least I do keep all of my stuff together, so I don't got to question what hook was I using or anything. So I'm using burgundy gray and black. Ooh, thank God I have gray that if I need to for this blanket, thank God. I can use this. I don't have to go buy any more yarn. Yay, me. Anyway, so this will be burgundy, gray, and black. I believe I was making this for a nephew. He's forgotten about it, obviously. I've forgotten about it. So it's all good. We'll be okay. But that is the next step. So I think it's going to be nice. Burgundy, gray, and black. Granny, ripple, or chevron, whatever you want to call it. That's it. I'm excited about this. There we have it for this week's video. Perfect piece. Go pick it up. My next up project, which is the granny stitch, ripple, chevron. I think it's more of a chevron than a ripple. Or the same thing. I don't know. Whatever. And then I'm going to have this granny spike blanket done this week. Fingers crossed, barring anything else crazy going on. So, whatever you are working on, I hope that you're enjoying it. Remember, there's no perfect way except the way that's perfect for you. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for sticking around and spending a little bit of your day with me today. Please put some praying hands in the comments for the young lady who was involved in the accident. Please do me a favor and subscribe to my little old channel, like the video, and again, put those praying hands in the comments for the young lady. And I think that does it. So I will meet you guys back here in the next video. Bye.